Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm from Team 5. First, let me introduce myself and my team. My name is Muhammad Alfarisi, NIM 19000 Then is Ade Wardani, NIM 19000 And the last one is Athaariq Hamdi Bayyu, NIM 19000 In here, we will explain about implementation of queue for airport check-in with dynamic array. Basic theory. Queue is a collection of entities that are maintained in a sequence and can be modified by the addition of entities at one end of the sequence and the removal of entities from the other end of the sequence. We are using dynamic array for storage. Using the dynamic array can determine the maximum limit of the queue.
Case study. Our case is to create a check-in airport in C++ with the queue method and dynamic array. In the first program, we can input the maximum limit of queue. We use the variable code and nick with integer data type. In our study, queue is also an abstract data type or a linear data structure, just like stack data structure, in which the first element is inserted from one end called the rear, and the remove of exceeding element take place from the other end called as front. This makes queue as first in first out data structure, which means that element insert first will be removed first. Analysis abstract data type and implementation of class. We have many class and queue. It insert element to the back of the queue. The queue it remove and return the element from the front of the queue. Pick it display the element from the front of the queue. And we have size, it return the total number of element. And last, we have size now, it display the total number of element. And it is implementation in C++. We have struct data, integer code, integer nick. We have class q, private, integer x, max, data pointer data, it is main initialization, and we have integer rear and front. Public, we have q max equal to 0, rear equal to -1, front equal to -1, and data equal to new data max. And last, we have void in class, void size, void enq, void display, void the queue, and last void size now.
I will explain the program. First, we have struct data. In the struct data, we declare the code and nick with data type integer. And then next, class. The name of object is queue. And then we have private. In the private, we declare again xmax with data type integer, and then the data from the pointer from struct data we declare to the data with the d small. Next, rear and front. We declare with data type integer. Next, we have many method like this. We have method size, enq, display, deq, and size now. In this, we declaration the queue from class for max, rear, front, and data. The max will equal to 0, rear equal to -1, front will equal to -1, and then data will be new data max. Next we expand the method. First we have a method size now. The size now is for display the maximum limit of queue right now. The right now we have maximum limit of QA is 0, and then the program will display 0 for maximum limit QA. And then the second we have size, method size. Method size we have input the maximum limit of queue. We can input it like 2 or 5 will be the maximum limit of the array or queue. Next, void queue. Enqueue is the method of enqueue. We first check if the rear equal to -1, and then front will be 0. Next step, we make the condition for enqueue. If rear equal max -1 and front equal 0, the queue will be overflow or full, then cannot input the new data. Else rear plus equal 1, and then we need to input the code check-in with data type integer, and then we input again the nick data type is integer, and then we check if the code and nick will be input to storage, and then we x plus plus the array from that. And then the queue we declare first hapus. Sorry, this we don't need that. If the queue we check first the if front equal to -1, and then the display of program in console will be queue is underflow or is empty. And then if else the queue is not empty, they will be display or will delete the code from data front, or from front of the queue will be delete for integer a equal front, a less than rear -1, then a plus plus will be data a, the of data from array equal to data a plus 1, and then the rear will be minus, or rear will be minus, and then if rear equal to -1, and then the front will equal the -1 too. From the method display, we need to make the condition like this: rear equal to 1 and front equal to -1, and then the program will display the cout like this: tidak ada antrian, or in English is not QA is underflow or is empty. And then else we have this for display the input from the enqueue. We make this we make the repeater for integer x equal front, x less than rear, x plus plus will be display the code and nick. Okay, next the main program. In the main program, we declaration the class queue with queue, and then we make the pilih for choose we want to enqueue, dequeue, or display, or for exit the program with the data type integer. Okay, this display from program we can see after this. We input the chosen what we want, like enqueue or dequeue, and then we make with the branching. We use switch pilih or choose. If case 1 will be input the maximum limit of queue with queue dot size, and then at the program end we have to go to menu in this, and then the case 2 will be enqueue. The enqueue will be call the method enqueue from above, and then if the program end, go to menu again. Case 3 we call the method dequeue, and then go to menu again, and like that display 2. And case 5 is break or for return 0, and the end of program. Okay, this is how the program will look in the console. We need to choose the what we will do. First we need to input the maximum limit of queue, because the first maximum limit is 0. We cannot input anything in the storage. We choose 1 for maximum limit, and then I will be use the 2 for the maximum limit, and then the display will be look like this. Batas antrian sekarang 2, or maximum limit now is 2. Okay, now we can enqueue the queue, and enqueue the queue. We choose 2, and then we input the check-in code. Anything we input, I will input 1 2 3, and then we input the nick. Nick will be the 9 5 6 7 and 1. Okay, you can look this 1 2 3 will be input to the storage, same to the nick 9 5 6 7 and 1 will be input the storage, and then we need to input again, input the check-in code, will be 5 2 and 3, and then for the nick will be 1 9 9 5 8. Okay, the data is input to the storage, and then because the maximum limit queue is 2, we cannot input anything again, because it's 2 queue from the start. We choose 2, and then the display will be antrian is full, queue is full. Okay, how the display look for the data, we choose 4 for the display, and then will be code check-in will be this. This is the code check-in, and this is the nick. This is the second queue from the code check-in code, and then we can dequeue the queue this from the front. We choose 3 from for calling the method dequeue, and then the queue will be deleted from the start, from the front, exactly is the 1, 2, and 3. And then how the look display is like this. The second queue will be the front, and then we can dequeue again. Now the queue is empty, and the display how the display in is empty like this. Not there is not queue in the program like this. Okay, just that. Thank you for watching. I'm very sorry for my bad speaking. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.